The oceans, huge and dangerous, have been a place where empires fought for a long time. Since the beginning of civilization, people have sailed not just to explore or trade but to conquer. These weren't peaceful trips of discovery but journeys of warriors, of empires won and lost. Over the centuries, some ships have become famous in history. Their names are whispered, their stories legendary. These are the giants, the metal monsters, the floating fortresses that changed the fate of nations. These are the warships, the top predators of the sea, always fighting for control. Their stories are about clever inventions and brave people, about victory and loss. Join us as we explore the stories of the top 10 warships that changed the world. It's 1805. Europe is in turmoil, with nations vying for power and dominance. The Napoleonic Wars are at their peak, and the fate of the continent hangs in the balance. Napoleon Bonaparte, the ambitious French emperor, wants to control Europe, and his formidable army is poised to strike at the heart of Britain. His grand plan is to invade and conquer the island nation, bringing it under French rule. But standing in his way is a formidable adversary, the Royal Navy. At the forefront of this naval force is the HMS Victory, a ship that has become a symbol of British naval supremacy. Launched in 1765, the HMS Victory was a marvel of naval engineering. With 104 guns, it was one of the most powerful ships of its time, designed to dominate the seas and protect the interests of the British Empire. The ship represented the might and resilience of the British Empire, a floating fortress that could unleash devastating firepower on its enemies. Its presence alone was enough to instill fear in the hearts of those who dared to challenge British naval dominance. Commanding the HMS Victory was Vice Admiral Horatio Nelson, a brilliant and charismatic leader. Nelson was determined to thwart Napoleon's ambitions and secure Britain's place as the world's leading naval power. The stage was set for a monumental clash, a battle of giants that would determine the future of Europe. The stakes were incredibly high, and both sides knew that the outcome would have far-reaching consequences. Near Cape Trafalgar, off the coast of Spain, the British fleet faced off against the combined forces of the French and Spanish navies. It was a battle that would go down in history as one of the most significant naval engagements ever fought. The Battle of Trafalgar was a chaotic and brutal affair, with ships exchanging relentless cannon fire. The sea was a maelstrom of smoke, fire, and destruction, as both sides fought with unwavering determination. In the midst of this chaos, the HMS Victory played a pivotal role. Leading the charge, it spearheaded the British assault, breaking through enemy lines and delivering decisive blows. The British emerged victorious, thwarting Napoleon's invasion plans and securing their naval dominance for the next century. Today, the HMS Victory stands as a museum ship, a testament to the power and glory of the age of sailing ships. Visitors from around the world come to explore its decks and learn about its storied past, a reminder of the indomitable spirit that once ruled the waves. The young United States, only 30 years old, was at war with Great Britain again in 1812. This conflict, known as the War of 1812, was a pivotal moment in American history. The stakes were high, as America's freedom and the right to sail freely were at risk. The nation was still in its infancy, and its ability to defend itself was being put to the test. America's freedom and the right to sail freely were at risk. The open seas were a battleground, and the young nation's resolve was being challenged by the might of the British Navy. It was a time of uncertainty and great peril for the fledgling United States. From this war, a legend was born, the USS Constitution. This ship would go on to become one of the most famous vessels in American history, earning a place in the hearts and minds of the American people. Built in 1797, Constitution was one of the first 6 frigates of the U.S. Navy. These ships were designed to be the backbone of the new nation's naval power, capable of defending American interests on the high seas. It was a strong ship with 44 guns and brave American sailors. The men who served on the Constitution were dedicated and courageous, ready to face any challenge that came their way. During the War of 1812, Constitution got its nickname, Old Ironsides. This name was a testament to the ship's resilience and the bravery of its crew. In a big fight with the British ship HMS Guerriere, British cannonballs bounced off Constitution's strong wooden hull, like it was made of iron. This incredible feat of durability earned the ship its legendary nickname, This victory and others like it made Constitution a symbol of American strength. The ship's successes in battle boosted the morale of the American people and demonstrated the nation's ability to stand up to powerful adversaries. It became a national icon, showing the spirit of a young nation. Today, the USS Constitution stands as a proud reminder of America's early struggles and triumphs, a symbol of the enduring spirit of freedom and resilience. Chapter 4. The Bismarck. The North Atlantic, 1941. The vast cold waters of the North Atlantic were about to witness a dramatic and deadly confrontation. World War II is raging, and a new powerful ship has arrived. This ship was unlike any other, a behemoth of steel and firepower. The Bismarck, Germany's biggest and strongest battleship, set sail, ready to challenge everyone. It was a symbol of Nazi Germany's naval ambitions and a direct threat to the Allied forces. This giant ship, with huge guns and thick armor, was the pride of the German Navy. Its design was state-of-the-art, boasting the latest in naval engineering and weaponry. Everyone was afraid of it. The mere mention of its name sent shivers down the spines of those who knew of its destructive potential. But the Bismarck's story would be short and violent. Its journey was marked by intense battles and strategic maneuvers. Its mission was to attack Allied ships helping Britain. The Bismarck aimed to disrupt the vital supply lines that were crucial for the British war effort. The Bismarck, along with another ship, sailed into the North Atlantic, like a wolf entering a lion's den. The seas were rough, and the stakes were high. A huge battle was about to happen. The Allies were determined to stop the Bismarck at all costs, leading to a dramatic and fierce confrontation. The Bismarck's short life, even though it lost in the end, showed the terrifying power of these giant ships. Its sinking was a significant moment in naval history, demonstrating both the might and vulnerability of such war machines. The Bismarck, a name everyone feared, will always be remembered. Its legacy lives on as a testament to the power and peril of naval warfare. Chapter 5. USS Missouri. From War Comes Peace. The USS Missouri, a huge battleship, became a symbol of American strength. This mighty ship helped win the war in the Pacific. But the Missouri's story is more than just battles. On September 2, 1945, the Missouri became a place of history. Japan, once a powerful enemy, surrendered on the ship, ending World War II. The Missouri's deck, marked by battles, saw this important event. Its guns, once loud and destructive, were now silent. It was a powerful moment, showing hope for peace. The Missouri, built for war, became a symbol of peace. It reminds us of the terrible things war can do, but also the hope for peace. Chapter 6. The Yamato. Some ships are famous for their size and power. The Yamato, Japan's huge battleship, was one of these. This amazing ship, the biggest battleship ever, showed Japan's ambition. With huge guns that could shoot projectiles weighing over a ton, the Yamato was incredibly powerful. Its size and armor made it seem impossible to defeat, but even giants can fall. The Yamato was built for a time when battleships were no longer the most powerful weapons. Its last mission was a suicide attack on Okinawa. The Yamato was sunk by American planes, a fiery end for a powerful ship. The sinking of the Yamato showed that aircraft carriers were now the most important ships. In the early 1900s, naval warfare changed completely. From Britain came HMS Dreadnought, a powerful ship that started a global arms race. Dreadnought was special because of its guns. Older battleships had different-sized guns, but Dreadnought had only big guns. 10 12-inch guns made it the strongest ship in the world. This one ship made all other battleships outdated. Everyone had to rethink how naval battles worked. The Dreadnought started a new era of bigger guns, thicker armor, and a race to be the strongest navy. Dreadnought's legacy is huge. It became the model for all new battleships. It changed naval history forever. The Pacific Ocean in World War II was a dangerous place where nations fought. Here the USS Enterprise became a legend. Called the Big E, Enterprise was an aircraft carrier, a floating airport. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, it became a symbol of American strength. Its planes fought in many battles. From the Battle of Midway, where its planes damaged the Japanese fleet, to many other battles, Enterprise was there. It survived storms and attacks, becoming the most decorated ship in the U.S. Navy. Enterprise's story is about the brave people who served on it. It shows how important aircraft carriers were, and how strong the U.S. Navy was. One Sunday morning, Japanese planes attacked Pearl Harbor. One of the carriers was the Akagi, a powerful Japanese ship. The Akagi was a strong ship. Its planes showed a new kind of warfare, one where planes were the most important weapons. The attack on Pearl Harbor brought the U.S. into World War II, but the Akagi's time was short. 6 months later it was sunk at the Battle of Midway. Its loss was a turning point in the war. The Akagi's story shows the dangers of war. It shows how important aircraft carriers were, and how terrible war can be. The Akagi, once a symbol of Japanese power, became a symbol of how quickly things can change in war. Here is a true giant of the sea, the USS Nimitz, a powerful symbol of the U.S. Navy. This is not just a ship, it's a floating city, weighing 100,000 tons. Its flight deck is huge, holding many planes. Jets take off with a deafening roar, showing the ship's power. Since 1975, the Nimitz has shown American strength all over the world. From the Persian Gulf to the Pacific Ocean, it has been a guardian of the seas. To understand naval warfare, we go back to ancient Greece. In the Aegean Sea, a new kind of ship appeared. The Trireme, powered by hundreds of rowers, ruled the seas for a long time. Imagine the sound of oars hitting the water. The Trireme's weapon was a bronze ram, used to sink enemy ships. These ships were important for the Greeks in their wars. From ancient rowboats to modern ships, these vessels show how much humans want to control the seas. They show our cleverness, our ambition, and our love for the ocean. Thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more videos. See you next time.